As part of the social exchange, Peter and Blow looked at different principles, basic principles of exchange. And one of the principle or one of the basis uh, has been suggested as rationality. So rationality is logic which emerges on the basis of the outcome of the exchange. And this rationality implies the profit people expect from one another in emitting a particular activity, the more likely they are to emit that activity. So the rationality logic is that since for the first time there was interaction, some interaction has taken place, and it has been rewarding, satisfactory to both the parties, then they try to repeat that kind of situation, repeat the interaction, because they assume that this interaction helps in the satisfaction of their needs. So this could be considered as a utilitarian kind of approach, and this utilitarian approach is based on let's say reasoning, logic or rationality for its emergence or for its continuation. Then on the basis of this let's say attraction or utilitarian kind of let us say approach or these satisfaction of the needs, we see that there is another principle which is called reciprocity principle. And in this, it can be, let us say, proposed that the more people have exchanged rewards with one another, the more likely are reciprocal obligations to emerge and guide subsequent exchanges among these people. So if the first interaction has been utilitarian, it has been rewarding, then the assumption is that that kind of interaction is to be repeated, because both the parties consider that it is helpful, it's useful, it's satisfying. Therefore, they will try to enter into the continuation of this reciprocity or this exchange relations. So this might be simply based on let's say attraction, because the interaction is rewarding. So that reward makes these two parties or two entities to be continuing in the interaction. So it is more like social attraction. Now, when I am using the word one person and another person, it could be a group of persons, another group of persons, two persons interacting with another two persons. Now, it is just for the sake of example. We also see that the more the reciprocal obligations of an exchange relationship are violated, the more disposed the deprived parties are to sanction negatively those violating the norms of reciprocity. So reciprocity implies that the other party is going to respond to the action of the first party, and that this action, this response in action is going to be, let's say, satisfying to the other party. Now, this is an exchange. If one party thinks that its response is not adequate, it is not getting the expected reward, then person feels little upset, might think in terms of, let's say, deprivation. That is, he was expecting some response from the other party, and this person is being deprived of the response, and therefore he might give a different kind of reaction, because his let's say action toward that party has not been adequately rewarding. And this reward is not there simply because the other party has not come up to the expectation of the first party. And therefore, there can be some kind of imbalance. And imbalance is the interacting parties are reacting towards this imbalance. And particularly when somebody considers that the reward is not satisfying to that person, he or she is going to react negatively against the first party. So that is how it can lead to some kind of, let's say, conflict if the reciprocity is not there.